So my journey has been a very long one, but what I'm seeing these days is that my wildlife shelter just cannot cope with the sheer amount of animals that are coming in on a daily basis. We are struggling to make sure that we can feed the animals, that we can provide the best care. We have an amazing team of vets that work tirelessly for us, and they help us out, but we still have to allow them to be able to pay their bills. So when we are asked to happily pay $90 for a blood test for a koala to see what's going on, most recently our biggest problem has been that for the first time ever I'm seeing starving koalas on the Mornington Peninsula, and that scares the life out of me. My biggest thing has always been that I want my grandchildren to see koalas in the wild. And it's just not looking like it's going to happen if we don't change things fairly soon. We need to purchase land, and we need to change the way everybody thinks about our wildlife across Australia. It's just not good enough anymore. We have a huge passionate team of people who are helping us to fulfil what we need to do with the animals, but it is very costly. In the last 14 days we've had 21 flying foxes come in through barbed wire entanglement or fruit tree netting, and the average person is very much thinking that that fruit is theirs on their tree, and why should the flying fox get it? So the other day I was actually able to talk people and sort of guilt them into actually removing the net. And I drove 3 minutes from their house and they rang me and they said, could you come back and take the net off the tree, because everything you said rang really true and you've educated us so well today. So we want the flying foxes to have the fruit. We don't need it, we can go out and buy it. And if we can turn people around to that sort of way of thinking, that is what we have to do. Our wildlife in Australia is being overridden. In summers, people are buying up land for a sea change and a tree change, but they're bulldozing all of the koala food trees. So although we have said $20,000 will help us with to buy food for the flying foxes and to pay our bills and to buy formula for the animals that come into our care, my dream has always been that we will one day build a 24-hour wildlife hospital and rehab centre, which will be a veterinary training facility, so that our vets actually understand what they need, because we haven't all got the luxury of being able to drive 5 minutes down the road to the wonderful Healesville Hospital. And there's just not enough people out there knowing what they're doing when it comes to our wildlife. So to educate our general public and our wildlife is going to be our main aim. But in the short term, Peter said to me, what do you really need? I said, well, we just need to know that we don't have to go out and fundraise every single weekend just to buy the food for the animals or just to pay the bills for the veterinary costs.